Welcome, everybody. Welcome, all you Drangir and Shield Maidens. Welcome to tonight's episode of Dropping the Hammer. I'm your host, Warhammer. I'm going to start off with I did something a little different this week. What I was able to do was I'm starting to post more on TikTok, like I said I would, and the stuff that's going on. Sorry, I don't know why I'm setting everything up like I should have done already. But what's going on Facebook is there's collective groups being assigned and stuff like that. Well, I'm part of Group 7. I'm not sure what group anybody else is. If you're here and you're watching, and wow. If you're here and watching, I would love to know what group you're in. But I posted on TikTok and I put my link tree, so the people on TikTok are now able to find me and connect onto here. So I'm just excited to connect another level to another root, another string, another layer of this podcast. I've got more reach. But tonight's just kind of the test run to see if I can get any more viewers, any more followers. I'm bound to get some, just because people are interested, and it's not that they want to hear me talk. I do end up having funny stories and things like that. I'm believable, and I everything I do is promoting positivity. I'm never bashing any of my opponents, even when I'm being accused of that. That's never the case. I don't think I've said anything negative about any of my opponents ever. That's just not how I am. Even this past couple of weeks in Beaumont, getting kicked in the mouth and having a massive bicep bruise. Bicep bruise is almost gone, just a little bit left. But getting kicked in the mouth. I don't know if I leaned too far in or he just sent his foot a little too far out. It happens, but I'm willing to meet in the middle. Now, statistically, I gotta say, this guy is hurting me, and I gotta be watchful. But that's just statistically, we've had too many accidents, and not he's hurt me too many times on purpose. No one's ever hurt me on purpose, so I'd never blame any wrestler for anything. If I know they're trying to hurt me on purpose, the match instantly changes, and I will stop. If I have to stop the match, I will. If I have to go into a legit fight, I will, but we shouldn't have to go that far. Just like with this podcast. But it's all about promoting positivity, and I don't want to add any negativity to the world. The world's already bad enough. So I want to welcome anybody who's just started this journey. I want to welcome everybody who's been along the journey from the beginning. It's y'all that make me want to keep doing this. It's y'all that make me want to talk. I'm talking to you guys. I'm letting you guys, that's Adam. Welcome to the show. Whoop whoop, as the juggalos say, whoop whoop. But again, all you guys are the reason I'm continuing to do this and continuing to push forward. So thank you. And, that's the same with my wrestling. If I didn't enjoy wrestling some of these guys, I certainly wouldn't go back. I wouldn't be driving 3 hours. I wouldn't be driving 6 hours, sleeping in my van, crashing on somebody's couch where their son, wakes up at like 6 in the morning and just stares you dead in the face and says, "Why are you bald?" I mean, love kids, right? But no, tonight I got a couple things I wanted to talk about, but I mean, really, there's nothing important that I have to talk about. I've kind of discussed all my matches. I need to do a lot of watch parties. I don't know if I'll do like a long one or you know um you know do it on. I need to set a schedule. Thursday just seems odd. I know I like doing it on Thursday. I am busy on Wednesday, Odin's Day, um, but I may try to start doing Wednesday watch party or Thursday watch parties you know, just to add a little more something. I am usually free at 8 o'clock, so I might start, you know, I just Wednesdays are the nights I get my daughter and I don't want to rush that time. But, I want to I don't know. There's some days it's like I want to talk. I want to get my message out. I need to send my vibrations outward. I need to send my frequencies outward. And that's what tonight is about. Was looking forward to this all week. Um, it kind of started because watching uh I was watching TikTok and I saw this guy and we'll just say it was a informational download and through frequencies and stuff like that. Well, I forget how long the I don't want to call it a movie. I don't know how long the video was, but I stared at him, and it was a non-blinking type thing, and I didn't need to blink, and like I said, it went on for a little bit, but after the video was over, I was able to close my eyes and still see the man in the video. Um, I'm not sure what you see when you close your eyes because everybody apparently sees different things. So if you close your eyes, do you see pitch black? For me, I see it's like looking into those kids' kaleidoscope tubes and all the colors and fractals are just meshing together. So that's what I see just closing my eyes. Now I've got the light, so obviously, I'm kind of it's distorting it, but right now I can see different colors. It's a lot of purple, a lot of green, and that's just normally what I see as I close my eyes. So forgot where I was going with that, but just frequencies and stuff like that. But in front of me, I've got a box of rocks. Some of these I know the gems and the stones and stuff like that, but this box here was given to me by a friend, so she would know what these were, but they're just a box in front of me. But I've joined that one gemstone club, Aura Bloom, and they're sending me a bunch of really cool gems and things like that. But they're all supposed to be for chakras and energy points and things like that. And that's all. It's all boosting It's all boosting frequencies. Now, on top of that, I've also I haven't looked through these in a long time. I need to, but uh, on top of all these gems and rocks, the collection that I have, I've also joined with another company and kind of in a let me just slouch down as an ambassador program, kind of like what I was doing with Dubby. I am still working with Dubby, but this company is called Silver Lining. And what they are is they're a crystal infused clothing and apparel company out of Florida. And they're basically infusing the dyes and the inks with certain crystals. Now, not all, it's not just a mix max of just different crystals all over a shirt, but no, um, there's certain ones and you can pick certain gems or you can take a test and find out what you need and stuff like that. But I'm in talks with Silver Lining, and that's SLVRLNNG.com. I'm certainly going to order stuff. I've already ordered the affiliate box, and we'll be working with them very soon. Timmy, evening. You know, one of the I'm going to say it one of the co-founders of Exist to Inspire Wrestling, a new up and coming wrestling promotion, I believe out of Central Louisiana, looking to get started. I hope to work with them real soon. So, what's up, brother? But in my box, I've got I don't know. There's so many rocks. Um, it's incense. I believe this is Palo Alto incense. I might be wrong, but I know I've got quartz. I've got red jasper. I believe that's red jasper. I don't know. My friend knows. But just all these gems. I'm gonna start labeling my collection. I'm gonna start making it bigger, and wearing the clothes like I'm gonna, that's gonna help boost frequencies and stuff. I already have a obsidian necklace, and that's supposed to be good for just warding off negative energies. I don't know where it's at, but it's more of a wrestling necklace. It's kind of a real thin necklace, but it's a carved wolf tooth, but it's just obsidian. Um, but I just wear it for wrestling. I don't wear it much. Um, I need to. I need to find it. The rose quartz necklace that Aura Bloom sent is just too small. I can't wear it, but it's very pretty. If I can change the necklace part of it and use it as a different charm, that's the plan. Uh, Now there are some stones I'm looking to get into. Some of these are expensive. Some of these are hard to find. Um, Now, they've got a bunch where lightning meets sand, and that kind of it forms a weird glass, but not glass rock. I know I found that at one of these local rock places here in town. But also, I want to get some moldavite. Now, that one is made from when a meteor impacts the earth. I'm not sure what type of terrain, but it's not it's not a common thing, and meteorites aren't a common thing either. So just those two right there just kind of show you the oddities that I'm looking for. Now, the reason I'm drawn to the lightning is because obviously I've said this before, was struck by lightning as a kid. Um, you know, have have problems with my temples, have burn marks on my temples, and weird things happen. After that, I've been able to feel magnets on a very easy level. The stronger the magnet, the more I can feel it. So it's changed my magnetic. What is it? It's not magnetic frequencies. It's changed my magnetic properties. It's changed my. I guess it's just magnetism, and I feel energized when I touch a magnet. I can't describe it. It's now the stronger the magnet in my hand, I can feel it go up my arm, and it makes my nose tickle. I remember I was holding, I'm not even sure where this was from, but it was from an ambulance. It was a magnet out of an ambulance. Like I said, I don't know what was magnetic in the ambulance, but it was a giant magnet. We used it as a paperweight, but it was just really strong. And I used to hold it and I could feel it buzz, and it almost like someone was touching my nose, just wiggling it. That would energize me. I would feel better, you know. And again, I'm not asking everybody to understand this, but it's going to click with certain people. Um, you know, also being neurodivergent, um, you know, I tend to do and speak in a certain way and talk about things that certain people don't care about. I, I'm I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not everybody's box of chocolates, and I'm not. I'm okay with that. But what I am is undeniable. Uh, I'll never mislead anybody. I'll never lie to you for my own personal gain. That's not what this is about. You won't be able to really find any falsity with me because I'm going to be as open and transparent as I can. So, what you see is what you get, and I'm gonna show you every time. We can talk about things, off in the woods, or we can go into politics and have a political discussion. We can talk about economics and things like that. But it's harder to find agreement with those things because that's where people start showing wants and gains and stuff like that, motivations. And when I'm talking about rocks, shiny rocks, you know, I'm I will talk about this gem. It's not a gem, but it's a coin I got from the first Yule festival. I got from David Christensen. I don't know if y'all follow him on TikTok. He's basically a TikTok Viking. I hope to see him this year at the Yule Festival. I'll be going again, but you know, I can't wait. It's just as a Boy Scout going through. I started in the second grade. I think I was okay. My daughter's 8, so I must have been 7. Might have been 8, 8 to 18. We'll call it that. So 10 years of being in the Boy Scouts. I want to be a good person. I don't want to lie to anybody. I don't want to mislead anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody, even with wrestling. Um, I certainly haven't seriously injured anybody, but I busted a nose, and that made me feel bad. Got a receipt, certainly. My nose got busted, but just even that, I don't, for even as how hard as I hit, I'm making sure to do it in a completely safe spot. And it may suck, but completely, completely safe spot, completely safe environment to be struck. And yeah, it's this is what wrestling is. So the whole when I tell people I was struck by lightning, a lot of people instantly go into no, it's fine. Same thing with the seeing a UFO when you're a kid. It's fine. I'm past these conversations because they're not interested in hearing anything that alters their world. So to me, they're still asleep. They can be dreaming that certain things don't exist. I am not trying to sugarcoat things, but like I said a couple of weeks ago, the aliens are here, man. They have been for a while, but now they're here and they are broadcasting certain frequencies and certain vibrations that we need to all tune into. Now, it's a lot like tuning an old radio, tuning an old TV, and you got to get your antennas right. You got to get your rabbit ears right. You got to hit that sweet spot on the radio. That's what we got to do with this life. That's what we're supposed to be doing right now. They're here on this weird trajectory to help broadcast us and help get us to the next level. Some people are calling it 5G Earth and stuff like that. I'm not sure what it is, but the world is about to change very soon. Now, they're saying 2027 is open contact. I hope it's a lot sooner than that, but 2027 is what they say. This is exactly what I think will solve a lot of earthly problems, and that's the resource coveting and the monetization of everything when it's not needed. Uh, once everybody's able to create, once everybody is, I don't want to say in charge of their own abundance, but once everybody's able to, you know, produce for themselves, that's when this whole shift, this whole coin flips. That is when we will be very close to utopia. Now, as long as the technology is held by people that are as long as it's not charged monetarily, as long as it's open source and free, we can all ascend together. But the moment uh, someone someone figures out how they can skew the system, that's when corruption starts, and that's the problem we have today. But that's out of lack of abundance. If everybody has the exact same and you can make your more, you don't need to take from me to have more. This is when, like I said, the world changes. Everything will change. I think we're very close to this tipping point. I don't know if it's we're falling off the ledge. I don't know if we're turning a page. I sure hope we're turning a page. But there's a lot of stuff going on right now that there's more abuse in systems than there are benefits. And the people abusing the system far outweigh the benefactors. Right now, I haven't heard the answer to it, but there's the SNAP benefits being cut right before a holiday. I don't see any president allowing that to happen, but you see there's other bad actors that are at play here. What do we do? The system is corrupt, but people are dependent on the system. It's an unsustainable system that we've built, and now people are dependent on it. Where do we go? If everybody's able to produce everything they need themselves at home, then no one's trying to step on anybody else, gain a foot over anybody else, gain uh, a higher rank over anybody, because we can just create, we can just produce. And going back into old sci-fi movies from the 80s and early 90s, you go even in the 70s, about year 2000 and 2020 or stuff like that, we were supposed to have flying cars, entire meals in pill form, hoverboards. We don't have any of that. There's been a stall in our technology because somebody weaponized it, somebody monopolized it, somebody monetized it. So this, I mean, there's been no major inventions in years. We're the smartest we've ever been, if we're the most people we've ever had, so we have the most potential to have geniuses right now. There's there's nobody there's nobody, coming out in any fashion. No painters, no sculptors, no architects. We've got actors, and they're not people we should be looking at. We've got people, sports athletes, most of the time. They're not people we should be looking at. We've lost the humanity. And that's sad. But with Three Eye Atlas and Swan, they're here to download the people that are supposed to get the message. I'm not going to say I'm one of them, but I hope to be one of the people to receive the message that puts myself, but puts other people on a better path. I I don't mind holding the door open. I don't mind, you know, helping lift. I don't mind holding the light for someone to help, because we're all getting through it together. We're all benefiting together. And that's what we need more of. Uh, it's not so much team sportsmanship. It's collectiveness. It's oneness. Excuse me. So, uh, these rocks are just a simple. It's a primal thing to me because these rocks are older than we are. These what of these, obviously these have been tumbled and they're not naturally found this way. But what have these rocks been through? What what have they gone through to change? Because at one point these were liquid. All rocks were powder, or they were mud of some point. They were some type of non-Newtonian fluid and somehow got pressurized, got heated up, got stretched, hammered, sun exposure, whatever. And whatever that goop was became crystals, became rock, became solid. The transformation into just like a caterpillar to a butterfly. The caterpillar turns itself into goo, completely dissolves itself, has to change everything about itself to become a butterfly, has no notion of what it can be yet, just knows this is not, this is not the end. Just keep pushing. To me, that's what's beautiful. And I'm really enjoying rocks. I'm really enjoying going with my daughter to certain kid places, and every time they do the little sleuthing and the finding gemstones and fossils and stuff like that. Obviously, I can buy a bucket of that sand myself, but I'm out on an event with my daughter, and we're doing this together. And now she's got a large gemstone collection. Hers aren't tumbled; they're raw form, but that's more what you get out of these bags. A couple of them are tumbled, but she doesn't care. But it's something we do together, and it will become much bigger sooner. This is just a collection, something we do together. It just keeps us together, like I keep saying, together. So, vibrationally, um, she connects with it, and that's why I'm enjoying it. Now, my collection gets bigger every month through Aura Bloom, but now with Silver Lining, I'm going to get some clothes. Like I said, they're based out of Florida, but that's not far away. Um, I'm going to get a Labradorite shirt. I'm going to get an Obsidian shirt. I'm not asking anybody to believe me. Uh, but rocks and crystals do hold information. If you get a battery out of actually, as long as it's not a rechargeable battery, most of the time, your watch battery says quartz battery. Where do you think they get the quartz? So that right there just almost proves my point that we use gems and crystals for more than just decoration. We are using it to store energy and data already. The original crystal information would be the emerald tablets of Thoth. But I don't know if I don't have enough information on those. I don't know if y'all want to hear me talk about that. I don't know if that's something we should talk about. That is that is we'll just say Thoth is talking about crystals, aliens, frequencies, life, God, all in one. And I certainly would need longer than 30 minutes, 45 minutes talking about that. Y'all let me know if that's something y'all want to talk about. But I know this every time I bring stuff up like this, I don't know if it detracts from the audience or not, because this started with my wrestling. This started with this, and now we're talking about hippy dippy stuff. It's to me, I'm just talking about things that interest me and hoping something connects. It's a lot like fishing. I'm just casting lures out. Hey, you want to talk about this? Hey, you want to talk about this? I'm like I've said before, I'm kind of seeing branches in things that I'm connecting with, and I'm just following these branches. I'm just going down this path. So I have no goal, but the journey is the story. So uh as long as I'm wrestling, as long as I'm able to talk, I'm gonna keep coming on here. I've got some shows coming up. Um, Going into it, I've got a show on the 15th and I've got a show on the 22nd. So here pretty soon, probably on the 9th, if I'm able, I'll have the 9th or the 16th. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have my buddy Ben the Moose Morrow, and we'll be talking about his motorcycle club and the show that he's putting on. Um, so yeah, I'll go back into it. The 15th, I'll be in Marshall for League of Lions. For the 22nd, I'll be in Beaumont with SSW, and that one's a benefit show. So I did ask one of my buddies, he's in another veterans motorcycle club, a different one up here in Northeast Texas. I did ask him to come. He said he might be able to bring his club down. I told him that would be an amazing thing. A couple of veterans clubs. This is not the biker groups where they're rah, 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 bikers. No, these are. It doesn't matter. These are both veterans motorcycle clubs, and it will be, if I can get them both together, it'll be even bigger than either one of them expected. So I'm just hoping to connect people, connect dots, and everybody can move forward and everybody can be benefit. Everybody can benefit. So with that, I'm gonna call it a night. I do want to thank everybody for stopping by. Like I said at the beginning, I made a post on TikTok. So if you're here from TikTok, if you find this from TikTok, leave me a message. Um, I'm really touched that I'm able to get my message out there on so many networks. I'm almost done getting my TikTok where it needs to be. I'm told once I reach a certain level, I can change over and start doing lives and stuff like that. So that's what we'll do. I'll have my, if I've got to do my phone right here, I'll do that. Um, like I've said before, Instagram is coming next. I'm trying to get all this connected. And I've been honest before. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm building the airplane as we fly, and that's that's a lot of how I do things. So again, thank everybody. Thank you everybody for coming in, no matter where you're from. But please, if you're new, leave me a message. Let me know where you found me, and tune in. There's more to come. This one we just talked about rocks and vibrations a little bit, but it's more the fact that you tuned in, the fact that you listened to the whole episode, the fact that you listened to me talk for 45 minutes. It's not so much what I said. I'm broadcasting my aura, my frequency, everything. I'm broadcasting me right now. It's through this camera. It's across your TV, it's across your computer, it's across your phone, however you're watching me. It doesn't matter. Everything's the same. You should be feeling me for this 40 minutes, and hopefully you do. That's why you keep coming back. You found something about me that you connect with, and that's what this is about. That feeling of connection, that broadcast for everybody. That's once everybody is holding up a lantern, this place will get really bright. And that's what I'm gonna leave it on. So tune in next week, and we'll talk more about the wrestling shows. I'll see when Ben can come on, but yeah. So tune in next week, and I'll let you know what's coming up. But no guest, it'll still be me. And again, I thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.